appropriate time to speak about Randall's because they're standing by to help you enjoy those holidays which are now upon us. The Thanksgiving holiday just behind us, and of course we're all looking forward to the Yuletide season, and that'll be followed by New Year's. Lots of football, lots of bowl games, lots of exciting times coming up, and Randall's fits right in there, and we'll tell you how in just a few moments. A lot of requests tonight, but mostly we've got some music here that we want to keep up with, and so what do you say we get the music rolling on our Bandwagon program, get all set to go. How about it? Let's kick off with the first number. Okay, go. Starting out our Bandwagon program tonight with the music of Bob Milbrett and the band, and the title of that one was The Dutch Festival Waltz. Got a polka coming up in just a few moments, but let's take a look at a few requests and dedications that we have. We want to do a number for Glenn Suchman of Comfrey, who is retiring after 25 years of selling for the Mormon Company, and his family wishes him well and says congratulations, Dad. A number for the 67th birthday of Mrs. Herman Hopp of Litchfield, requested by the family. Also for Elsie Guggesberg of Lafayette, 77 years old, and for Mary Jo and Howard Schoenfeld of Faribault and Chad Hoffman of New Ulm, all having birthdays, along with Marlene Sauer of New Ulm. Play a tune on the Bandwagon for Mom Dorothy Ingebrigtsen of Keister, who's celebrating her 72nd birthday, and also one for Marie Daggett of Lake Park, Iowa. This is requested by Barb Paul, she says, for a very special person, her mother. A number for the 55th anniversary of John and Anna Heisebrand of Tatanka, Iowa, and the 81st birthday of Hugo Kraus of Morgan, requested by his wife, son, and daughter-in-law. And so we say many happy returns to him. And then a number also for Mr. and Mrs. Robert Cam on their 30th wedding anniversary, requested by the family. Okay, we've got a polka coming up and more dedications and requests that you'll see on the screen on what we call our roll-up. And here's the old familiar polka, and we're all set to go with the Red Raven Polka. good old favorite played by the Bob Milbrett Band and done to a turn. It's titled Red Raven Polka. And we'll have more music for you in just a moment. Right now, let me remind you that we videotape the Bandwagon show every Monday night shortly after 8 o'clock. And I want to invite you to come on up and join us some Monday night on the Bandwagon program. We'll be happy to welcome you. Christy Hengel and his band with us next week, and then that'll be followed by the Jolly Ramblers and then the Edel Band out of Owatonna, and a lot of good bands after that, too, as we head into the winter months, and a lot of things going on the Bandwagon. Well, I've got a note here from the Randall stores in southern Minnesota to remind you that this holiday season, they'd certainly like to cooperate with you and to help you enjoy the holiday season with a minimum of fuss and bother. And you can take advantage of several items that you'll find for the holiday season at the Randall stores. First of all, I want to remind you that those famous fruit baskets that Randall's have become so famous for over the years will be available again this year in many sizes. All you have to do is tell the people how much you want to spend on a fruit basket, what you want in it, I guess, and while you're shopping the rest of the store, they'll have it made up for you so that you can take it right along with you. Now, those of you who want to give more than one basket, say for the holiday season, any amount, just tell the store what you want and they'll make them up for you, and it's sure to be a gift that pleases, particularly when you're kind of stumped and don't know what to give somebody on your list. Along that line, gift certificates are also available in all the Randall stores. And in case you're planning a party, boy, that's where Randall's really are helpful. And now they're doubly helpful because they will cater any party that you want, and then you can enjoy yourself with your company, and they'll do everything for you. No party is too large and none is too small for Randall's to cater the party. So those are just some of the things that are going on during the holiday season at the Randall stores located in Mankato, New Ulm, Fairmont, and Waseca. I need somebody here. Here, I'll just fill in the red tie. You want to come up here for just a moment? I'm going to make television announcer out of you here. Please play a waltz number for Clara Jones of Mankato, requested by Nancy. For Hertha Dower, requested by Tolophon, Virginia Shellum. Also, we've got one for Mr. and Mrs. Raymond Norham of Radcliffe, Iowa, for their 35th wedding anniversary. For Arthur Kruger of Winthrop, this is requested by Alvin and Olga, the 45th wedding anniversary of Mr. and Mrs. Everett Meyer of Walters, Minnesota. They were married on Thanksgiving Day many years ago. Is that you?
Nope.
That isn't you. Well, where is Walters?
Walters?
Yeah.
Right back there.
There he is. Oh, I suppose that gray suits, I guess. Well, congratulations. 20,
Congratulating me?
The 45th wedding anniversary?
Yeah.
I should congratulate her? I don't know. He's a tough guy, huh? Okay. Play a waltz for the birthday of Grace Hawes of Winthrop, Ollie Klemkin of Glencoe, who are in the studio audience. Where are they?
Right
They're here. Up over there. Oh, there they are. Yeah, okay. I thought I saw you around here somewhere. I didn't think you disappeared. Also, we've got a request to do one for Lydia Euchre, Bernice Whitehurt, and Willie Senska, and Alvin Senska. These birthdays are all during the month of November. Okay, requested by the rest of the family. I got a little bit of a note here to play a number for Mr. and Mrs. Terry Manderfelt. They're in the studio, and they hail from Elkhart, Indiana. Where are they? Elkhart, Indiana. You can't get off that easily. Why don't you stand up? Yeah. Nice to have you back here.
Listen, Anderson, stand on me.
All right, now I'll let you get your plug in. You're the TV announcer. Tell the
boy.
folks all about yourself. You've got to do it in 15 words. Go.
39 years ago, we was married in Lamberton, the snowstorm.
What's your name?
Stan Dahman. Marcella and Stan Dahman.
All right. Thanks a lot for being my
I did pretty good, didn't I?
Yes, sir. You did all right.
There you
I'll
go.
tell you, you want to take over the rest of the show?
Sure,
You're
I
good.
could.
No, get up there on your feet. I got to do something to earn my pay around here. Okay, I forget what the next number is, Bob. What is it? Auntie's Waltz. That's a nice waltz number. Auntie's Waltz. Okay, let's go. Yes, nice waltz tune, one of the old-time waltz tunes. Title of that one was Andy's Waltz, and the music is by Bob Milbrett and his band. Bob will be with us in just a moment here with a couple of dedications of his own. In the meantime, let's send greetings out to Vernon Hill, whose birthday is during the month of November, and also for Russell Ullman of Janesville, and for Mrs. Elsie Froman of Owatonna, and the 88-year birthday of my mother, it says here. She is Lily Peters of Elmore, Minnesota, and then we've got a dedication, too, for Agnes Blondine of Elmore for her 100th birthday with an open house in her home November 30th. Okay, now it's your turn. So,
thank you, Chuck. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming over here tonight to Bandwagon Studios. Beautiful crowd out here tonight. Thanks a lot for coming over. So here's for the request for Mr. and Mrs. Ray Kister's 50th wedding anniversary. It's coming up this coming week, Wednesday. But they celebrated it yesterday over at Cortland, Minnesota at the community hall. Want to wish them many, many more anniversaries. And for Leroy and Ann Drills here tonight, and Stella Scherlinger from New Ulm and Cortland, Elvin and Hattie Hefemeyer, Mike Richter and Margaret Richter from New Ulm. Also for Freddie Milbrett's birthday coming up December 3rd. For Sherry's birthday and Irene Zimmerman's birthday's coming up in December. For Irvin Darstieber from Mankato and Holly, they're here tonight in the studio. And for Francis and Beverly Ubel from New Ulm. For Karen's birthday, the 15th of December, that's my daughter. She's going to be sweet 16, Chuck. And also for Robin Milbrett's birthday, my granddaughter, coming up. And also Arlene Kitzberger's birthday, my sister-in-law. And Mr. and Mrs. Danny Mannerfeld from New Ulm. And Donnie Konakowitz's birthday, which was the past Tuesday. For the gang at the Lake Shore in the nursing home at Waseca. For Harold and Shirley Milbrett and all the gang from Waseca. And also for Art and Ellen Erdman from Waseca. For Marlon Spies for his birthday of Waseca. I'm not sure about that. On his birthday on Friday. And for the Tolov Shallams and Irma Maas. And for Fred Krieger's 82nd birthday from Cortland. For Melvin Lipkes of Cortland. Bill and Elvina Went of Lesueur and Bruns of St. Peter. And also a tune for Mr. and Mrs. Norbert Steffen of St. George on their wedding anniversary, December the 2nd. Also for Mr. and Mrs. Roman Schmidt here tonight from Mankato. And Mr. and Mrs. Albert Sell's 60th wedding anniversary. And also request for Franz Pfeiffer and the gang. And Leroy Flores, they're out here in the back, and they're going to have a big show over at the studio tonight. Over at Francis there. And also our drummer man's going to go over there, and maybe Hillary too. And I'd like to thank everyone for coming over tonight, and we wish you all a happy holiday season. Thanks a lot for coming over.
All right, well, thanks a lot. Nice to have you with us, you bet. And we're always happy to have Bob Milbrett and the band along, and we're happy on their behalf to send greetings out from the entire band for the holiday season, because Bob and the band probably won't be with us again until after the first of the year, so they take this opportunity to wish you the very best. Please play a tune for Stanley and Marcella Dahman for their 39th wedding anniversary. This comes from Pemberton. And also we've got a request to do one for Anna Horvick of Albert Lee, who's celebrating her 90th birthday, and for Johanna Sell of Wyndham with her 85th birthday. And so we've got a polka coming up now, and here we go, the Bob Milbrett Band and the Sauerkraut Polka. Yeah, good old sauerkraut polka. You've heard that many times, I'm sure. Nice job on it, too, by Bob Milbrett and the band tonight on our Bandwagon program, brought to you by the Randall Stores of southern Minnesota. I'd like to remind you to be sure to stop in at Randall's during the holiday season and check what they have for you to make your holiday memorable this year. As we told you before, fruit baskets available in many, many sizes, all shapes and sizes. Great ideas for gift giving, along with a gift certificate. Gift certificates are available, too, in all the Randall stores. And remember, to help you with your holiday entertaining, Randall's will cater any party that you may have. No party too large, no party too small. Just get a hold of the Randall store in your area. Well, now we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to feature Mr. Milbrett, Bob Milbrett on the accordion, and Johnny Gogg on the concertina, and a duet here called the Waltz Time Waltz. Pretty number. The title of that one is The Waltz Time Waltz, and our dancers here really enjoyed it, waltzing away to the music of Bob Milbrett and the band. Play a number for our friends Irvin and Evelyn Yankee of Good Thunder, celebrating their 58th wedding anniversary, and for Yvonne Gerke from Gibbon, celebrating her birthday, and November the 22nd, and also a number for Holly and Cora Hench of Stewart, and for Jerry and Emily Lentz of Gaylord, and a wedding anniversary for Mr. and Mrs. Kenneth Kaiser, and also one for the Reinhardts and Emma Bierman on their 59th wedding anniversary. Request to do one, too, for every Saturday night for the Bandwagon program for Mr. and Mrs. Bert Curtis, it says here. And let's do one, too, for Judy Peterson of Forest City, Iowa, and Pearl Doden of Buffalo Center, Iowa, for his birthday. We've got a polka coming up right now, and it'll be hula-rai style, I would guess. Here we go with the Redhead Polka. like a polka to get him out on the dance floor. And that was a good job on the Redhead Polka. Music by Bob Milbrett on the Band Tonight on the Bandwagon Show. I want to invite you to come on out and join us real soon on a Bandwagon program. Remember that the Bandwagon is recorded every Monday night shortly after 8 o'clock, and we've got a great lineup of bands coming up. Next week we'll be working with the Christy Hengel Band, then followed by the Jolly Ramblers, and finally the Edel Band, and a lot more after that. Incidentally, Carl and his Country Dutchman will be back with us again in a couple of weeks. So we've got a lot of things going, and we hope that you have an opportunity to come in and join us on the Bandwagon program. And at the same time, we want to take this little bit of a reminder to pass along to you, too, that the Randall stores are all set for the holidays, and they're all set to make your holidays about as pleasant as they can possibly be. And so they just deem it a real privilege and a pleasure to be able to serve you over the past year and to serve you again this holiday season. I'm sure that you'll be happy that you turned to the Randall stores to help you out with that special time of the year, holiday time, when your friends and family gather around for a good time. Okay, well, we've got a little more music for you, so what do you say we turn in on a waltz right now? And we've got the Bob Milbrett Band, and this is Johnny's Tune-In Waltz. By the Randall Stores of Southern Minnesota, headquarters for all your shopping needs, with stores in Mankato, New Ulm, Fairmont, and Waseca. You're invited to join us again next week at the same time when you'll see and hear Crystal Hengel and his band from New Ulm. And until that time, remember that this week, like every week, is a good week to shop and save at your nearby Randall stores. Chuck Pasek speaking on behalf of the band, of the folks of Randall's, and all of us here at Channel 12, hoping you have a great week. See you next week, same time. So long.